These are my three biggest regrets in life. Y'all wanna know what they is? Stay tuned. Alright, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in to another Sands of Time Stories. Hey, today we're gonna go over my three biggest regrets. Okay? Y'all ready for this? I try not to regret too many things in life. I don't do too many things that I'm going to regret. I ain't too sorry for the things that I do because I'm usually thinking of the outcomes and thinking of everybody up front before I make a decision. So when I finally go ahead and make that decision, I ain't too much worried about what's behind that after I considered everything up front. So with that being said, that's the man that I am, but these are my three biggest regrets in life. Alright? Regret number one. First regret number one was transferring high schools. Yeah, that was me stepping into my power and my manhood and stepping into what I felt like was my freedom and my choice and my rights. But looking back at it, I'm not really sure it was the right decision. It was a decision. Definitely was a decision. Definitely was stamped. Once you make a decision, there's no going back. So that's what that taught me out of life. But at the same time, I don't know if that was the right decision. If I would have stayed, I look at the alternative. I look at what happened after I've stayed and what happened, and then I look at what possibly could have happened. Let's see. So if I would have stayed, I would have been able to play football my senior year. Who knows what the outcome would have been, what my stats would have been, what position I even would have been playing. I might even been playing quarterback. So you never know what would have happened then. Then you never know where I would have got recruited, what offers would have came in after that, after I played and stayed and played. So you never know what would have happened. I could have probably went to a bigger school, but hey, that would have canceled out Eastern Illinois. So it ain't really too much regret, but that is a decision that I kind of ponder and struggle with. So that I would say that if I had to pick three, which I'm doing, that would be my biggest regret. Number one, transferring high school, okay? So regret number two is never working out to my full potential, like maximizing my body to its full potential. I always had natural talent, I always had natural skills, I always had natural ability and natural mentality. I never really took products. I never really liked taking creatine. Never really liked taking whey protein, like the things that other people would take, say, oh, it's normal and natural. I don't like to take those things. Pre-workout, post-workouts, those things I don't engage in. I'm all natural. So everything I did has been all natural, no cheating, no steroids, no nothing. Just simply playing the game how it's supposed to be played. But the one thing I do regret, which would be the second thing I regret, is not ever hitting those weights like I know how to do it. I know now, this mentality I have now, if I would have had that back then, working out hard as I do and hard as I know I can, hey, I would have reached my full potential in that. But the reason I kind of got to that level was when I was in high school, I kind of felt like the adults took all the freaking fun away. Like the adults interfered in the kids' lives. The adults in my life interfere with my life to make my life worse. Make my life not work out the way that I planned on it working out, which was glorious and beautiful. But that was also something I learned, that I wasn't in the position to make those decisions and make those rules. So I was really looking forward to college so I can get out and didn't have to live by no rules. I didn't want to live by no rules except my own because I felt like my rules were fair. My rules were great. No adults was there to mess up my plans or alter my dreams and reality. So I had a disdain and a kind of disrespect toward adults at that time. So when I got to college and I went on my own, I was only focused on me, and no, I didn't want to do nothing that no adults was telling me to do. I just want to play football the way I know how to play, the way I missed it. And so when I got to college, I had that notion, but hey, they was spending all that time trying to break me out of that. But if I respect you, if you gave me that first, then I will respect you back. But hey, if you ever like disrespected me or didn't give me respect up front, then I wasn't giving you that. I wasn't giving no adults that. So insert Coach Mo in our weight room. You know, he's a weight strength coach, so he's not gonna ask you to do too many things. He's pretty much gonna demand you to do things. So I kind of had yeah, you can't really demand me to do too much. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had that mentality, a little diva maybe, or whatever you call it. I was off defense, so I had that mentality, and I didn't want to do nothing that no adults were saying and that. So I signed there to play with my DB coach, and then I ended up getting a second DB coach after my coach left. And this coach, I ain't really like his resume. I'm like, man, you ain't play at a higher level than the level we on. But I couldn't judge that man's knowledge based off of that, based off his playing ability. But I did. You better believe I did. So I did that, and he was our NFL liaison. So funny how things worked out with old Coach Noah Joseph, man. Hey, so those are two things that I regret the most is transferring high schools and not maximizing my full potential in working out to become the best player that I could ever been. So my third biggest regret is ever leaving my daughter. Well, that was the hardest thing I ever had to do. That was one of the hardest things I ever had to do was leave my daughter. So that was one of my biggest regrets. That's my third biggest regret. So this is current. So this don't stop. This still affects my life daily. This still alters my life daily. With that being said, the first time I left my daughter, I was in Arizona playing with the Rattlers, and Spokane had won the championship, so I wanted to go play in Spokane. They were trying to recruit me the year before. I would have won the championship, so I had moved baby moms down to Arizona from Boise, and then I was like, man, I want to go to Spokane. I told you I want to chase this football. And now insert the girl, and now no, you can't chase team to team. You gotta pick one team and settle down. Like, what? That was never my goal. That wasn't what but hey, insert the family, you know. Back in those days I thought that my career in football and what I was chasing was more important than family. So I wasn't focused on that. Like, hey, I wanna go to Spokane. You gonna come with me? No, you don't wanna relocate? Like, man, we gonna be good. It's like I can't chase you all the way around and all that. So I was like, well, I'm going to end up signing. So end up signing, leaving, and that was one of the hardest things I ever had to do was to leave my daughter behind when I did that. So football, man, hey, football is not more important than family. Hey, one day football is going to be gone. You can't play football forever. Your family is forever. Your kids are forever. So, hey, you gotta make a decision, and hopefully you make a better one than I did, because, hey, family is not less important than football. Football is not more important than family, is what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, those are my three biggest regrets in life. Transferring high schools, not maximize my full potential in the weight room to become the best and biggest version of myself, and leaving my daughter to play football, man. So that was my three biggest regrets. Appreciate y'all tuning in for another Sands of Time story. Know I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.